Oh man, yeah. It's been a minute, and we apologize. Hey, but we grown, man. You know, we live life, and when life lives us sometimes. But hey, listen, man. Real wrestling conversation is back. If you felt like it left, because respect to everybody that's doing their thing out there. But hey, man, nobody talks about wrestling like us. We gotta talk about the layer of Black appropriation of some sort from a half Black person. You know what I'm saying? And who's going to talk about it better than us? I think no one, right? So, man, without further ado, man, let's get ready. Thank you for bearing with us. It's time for the first Black Champ podcast, and I'm still the pick. That's the podcast Intercontinental Champion, Cam from the Port.
And I am J.R. Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Barbershop Network is the home. First Black Champ is the podcast. Yeah. The FBC POD is where you can follow us. Go ahead, click the link in the bio. Get the merch. We got the joint with the logo. Got the sunshine on y'all hoes and all of that stuff. And we got Cam from the Port giving y'all a gigolo Jimmy Del Rey on y'all ass.
Hey,
all right, you know
what's the piece of the real legends out there?
You know what I'm saying? And before we get started, do not bring Boomerang over your religious auntie house when you're 11 years old. Just don't do it.
That's a fact.
Just don't do it. Reason why SummerSlam 93 is one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time, because I watched it back to back to back because I decided to bring Boomerang over my auntie house when I was 11 years old.
You know, no Marcus.
No,
not over here.
No Marcus Darling in this house. That I'm now that my son is 9, I realize that I've grown up fast.
Word.
Mate, I don't know about you because your daughter is older, but as Trey gets older, I'm realizing how fast I grew up. Because 95% of the things that I've watched on television, I'm not allowing him to watch. It's no, like, I put this post up on Facebook, Cam. And a lot of people thought I was joking. But it is the honest to God's truth, because when I was at my father's house the other day, my father was like, yo, we gonna watch some cartoons tomorrow, talking to my kids. I looked at him like, what? Huh? When I was their age, you popped on Coffee or Penitentiary. And I watched it with you. When did we start watching cartoons? Like, I tried to get my father to watch cartoons with me one morning. I don't want to watch this shit. Later on that day, you know, about to watch Penitentiary. Come watch it with me. All right. You know, Too Sweet got that girl in the van. You know, it was a glorious scene. I can't see my son watching that with me. Like, literally, me growing up, my father, you want to watch Coffee or Penitentiary? Now he like, yo, we gonna watch some cartoons. That's wild to me.
That's like one of the hardest options to give a child, like, ever. Like, yo, you want to try to
watch Pam Grier, or you want to watch them fight in jail? There's gonna be some titties in there.
OG, this or that. He black sheeped you. He's like, yo, the choice is yours, but you get to go get with this, or you go get with that. Like, we ain't doing none of that Scooby-Doo shit over here. We not doing
Captain N and the Game Master's my ass. You know what I'm saying? What? Like, watching that real shit.
Ain't no He-Man this hour.
Right, we watching that real shit. I can't see me and Trey sitting up here, and I'm like, yo, what you watch?
Man. Listen, no, you're right, though. You're right. I'm convinced, though, my daughter's just a good liar, because she be playing like she don't be knowing what's going on.
Nah,
but she too bright, because I was like, because sometimes she'll slip up and she'll just know things. But I will say her thing though is she watching the YouTubers heavy. Look, so I don't know how old everybody's child is, but like my daughter had access to like the internet for real, like late. Like we got like 10, 11 maybe. And but she is like super just into like the Casanat, Drewski, like all those.
Oh.
So like, yeah, like it's this kid Cam Wilder that does this. He got his own AAU basketball team. She be telling me about. Like she really like be like, yo, I gotta watch this. Or but and like I'm like, who are all these little niggas? I was like who are these niggas? She was like, how do you not know who this is? I was like, it's a kid that look like Future. I was like, yo, is that Future's oldest son? She was like, Dad, I don't know. I'm like, no, I was like, I know you know, but it's so many of them, and I didn't realize the range of age. I thought these were all like kids, but they're like young people. Like one of them was like 32, 33, and like it'd be older people in there and everything. I'm like, oh, so this is like a whole like network. And she broke down the content house to me. I was like, see, I was like, yeah, you know too much. I was like, I know you know what's going on out here, but like, yeah, but it's either that or Disney Plus. I'm like, okay, so it's just so in between. I'm like, okay. At least you're trying to keep some innocence, but you know, I ain't seen her come across it yet. Sometimes I throw out little things like, yeah, I was like, you know, y'all ain't seen no celebrity tapes happen. Like, what do you mean by celebrity tapes? Oh, okay, all right. And I just walk off. You know, like, okay. Right. What you know about the Kardashians? Oh, just the TV show on Hulu. I'm like, okay, all right. but yeah, no way. You know me. I think all the '80s kids. I think we were like the lab rats for like cable, because like you know our parents didn't have cable. It's wild to think like that, but think about it. We like the first kids to really grow up with cable.
Yeah.
so they in tune like with like if your parents were born in the 50s, 60s, or 70s, one, they might have got a TV when they was like in high school. There's one. It's hard to believe that, but it's the truth. And then on the other hand, some of them didn't have cable, so they was like, yeah, no, we're not about to watch just anything. You about to watch what what I never could watch. You know, Dolomite on. Hey, we watching this.
Yeah. So. You're right. Because we did have cable growing up, and I was the house. That nigga, we knew what happens at 10:35 Central Standard Time.
You dig?
When you turn it on Cinemax, we knew.
Yeah. Channel 46 in Freeport.
Man, I think it was
memory.
I think it was 24 out here.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? But
HBO was 42. Cinemax was 46. Showtime was 50. Nasty man muscle memory. Let's go. Man.
HBO was 17. I know I'll never forget that. Shouts out to Real Sex, Tex Cat Confessions, Cat House.
Yeah. The classics only.
You know, Hookers on the Point.
Classics only. Pimps Up, Hoes Down, the documentary. Hey, yo, shout out to American Undercover just in general.
Yep.
Shout out to American Undercover in general. They need to have, I ain't checked Max in a minute. Is that on the app? Like, it's just American Undercover?
No, they don't have none of that on there. But because I met somebody who has never seen an episode of Real Sex.
Really?
And I had Googled it, and you could catch episodes online.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tapped in. I'm about to watch all 77 of those, however many it was.
Real Sex, take one. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
yeah.
Classic American television. But shouts out to my father who turned a whole different leaf. He now want to watch cartoons and shit. He ain't want to watch them. He ain't want to watch Charlie Brown with me.
Right.
He wanted to watch Scream Blackula Scream. But now he want to watch cartoons with the kids. Hey, man. Grown-ups these days. Forget kids these days. Grown-ups these days. Well, hey, man, speaking of grown-ups, look, man, and 80s, plug the podcast, Kemp.
Oh, hey, man. So I started a new venture. You know what I'm saying? New content venture experience of a lot of nostalgic but up-to-date conversation called Made in the 1980s. Of course, we shout out the First Black Champ podcast on there as well. It's co-hosted by now because I am the host. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it with other people or not. That's what she said. And how consistent it would be. But me and my guy, Wang Dang, are on a roll. And it's been fun. We've been pre-recording episodes, so we already got the middle of April covered as far as episodes. So that's why we went live last week. But hey, listen, if you want an escape from your grown-ass life, you want to talk about just how things used to be and how they are now, or if you just want me, if you just want to watch me introduce one of my childhood homies to some music that he ain't even heard of or people who ain't never listened to before, hey, well, this is a show for you. Like, we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be pretty funny. Next episode comes up. I tell him about the movie White Dog. Oh. And he was blown away because he didn't realize that it happened. And I share my theory on white people who are dog owners. That's all I can give you this week.
Make sure y'all go tune in. He ain't never heard of the movie White Dog?
Nah, he had never seen it.
Gee, I still remember that trailer. Like, I still remember that trailer. Gee. Like, they made this shit? Like,
all right.
Like, y'all wild out here. And so y'all make sure y'all check that out. And you know, that definitely that conversation led right in perfectly to what we was talking about. But hey, man, Wrestlemania 40, the card is taking shape. Yeah, Night 1, the Bloodline, the Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Freakin Rollins. Night 2, the titles are on the line. Seth Freakin Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, and I got a guarantee for that. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Then we got the announced matches. Io Sky versus Bayley.
Yes.
For the SmackDown Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn won the gauntlet. Yeah. So he would be facing off for the Intercontinental Championship. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest will be going up against 5 tag teams in a ladder match. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And the twins are going at it. Jay versus Jimmy Uso. Which match are you excited for?
Man, so under the act of excitement, as I look at this, I can't lie. I think it's LA Knight, AJ Styles. And I say that because that's the match with something to prove. That's the wild card match in all this. As we, well, not we, because we don't work for TKO or Endeavor, but as they set up WrestleMania, all these matches are no-brainers for the most part, except for one. And Ben, you caught this months ago, I think, even now. We need grudge matches and we need grudge feuds at PLEs and just on the show. When I look at LA Knight versus AJ Styles, it's like, hey, that could be unexpected pop of the night. That could be unexpected match of the night just because AJ Styles is in it. And AJ Styles, for whatever reason, has been overlooked a lot over the past, let's say, year and a half, 2 years. Now, some of that, I think, due to injury, of course. But still, as I look at this, I'm like, man, no matter where they put them, they better be careful. Because as hot as LA Knight is, and as great as AJ Styles is, we could be getting a Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels-esque moment at a WrestleMania. We could be getting Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels. We could be getting Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. We could be getting one of them from this because they both got a point to prove. So But other than that, I mean, man, I guess I'm going. You know what? I'm intrigued by Rhea Becky, only because I want to see how they justify either the dominant and or clean win for whoever it is. Okay. Because these are essentially the two hottest women in wrestling today. And sorry, as great as Becky Lynch is, I mean, we just saw Rhea beat Nia Jax. So I gotta see how this one gonna play out, because everything about that screams squash match, and it's justified to me. But of course, the man won't back down, so we'll see.
Hey, so the match that I'm excited for is this tag team ladder match. Because it seemed like it's gonna be a train wreck in a good way. I'm already thinking about some of the spots that's gonna happen. You know, some of the wild stuff is gonna happen. So I can't wait to see that one. But that's easy because it's 6 teams. It's a ladder involved and all of that. But man, I can't wait for the twins to fight. And one of the reasons why I can't wait for the twins to fight is because this is a dream match for them. Years ago, they said that a dream of theirs would be to wrestle each other at WrestleMania. So I'm expecting to see some very personal promos. The stuff that I wanted to see in this Rock shit, I think we gonna get with the Usos. Now this is gonna be the Usos basically telling each other how they feel about each other through wrestling. And I can't wait. My father and my uncle are twins.
Yeah.
And they argue every day. So I can only imagine if they're arguing every day and then in April they wrestle each other. Yeah, this is going to be very personal. You know, the wives are probably not going to get along, or they might be on, like, Trinity might be calling Jay's wife and being like, girl, these dudes is really tripping tonight. They really tripping tonight. Like, Jimmy already kicked it off. Like, yo, they're twins. And he was like, yo, you used to follow me around. Like, he already little brothered him.
Yeah.
Like, fam, you know we the same age, though. Like, you're not 2 years older than me. Like, we're the same age. We was following each other. Like, he's already kicked it off. I expect Jimmy to be like, yo, you been holding me back this whole time. Jimmy probably be like, yo, you wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for me. All types of stuff. I can't wait to see how personal this gets. And I am very excited at the fact that this is happening. I think this is going to be the best brother versus brother match. And it was an interesting tidbit. Like 15 years after 15 years. So, you know, just thinking about it, like, I guess it is 30 years ago that Owen and Brett wrestled. It's 15 years ago that Jeff and Matt wrestled. So now it's only right that this is to happen again. And I do think that this one has the ability of being match of the night. I don't think it will be, because if you have Goon versus Sami Zayn in a match, you might as well just pencil that in.
Yeah, even though I'm not excited about it, you're right, though.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're right.
I'm not excited about that match, but
it's great for both of them, though.
Yes,
it's you know, and you know what, and that's what I've learned. And even as we've done the show, man, that's what I've learned. Like, because I want to be so excited for the Intercontinental Championship match we're going through, as well as Jimmy versus Jay. But now I'm just at that point where I've watched so much wrestling that I'm expecting more story and I'm not getting it. But at the same time, I recognize the look. I recognize the moment. I recognize that maybe this is just the performance-heavy era, you know, where the stories, they may be a little inconsistent. They may lack, but, you know, the performance is where it wins. The match that I should be the most excited for because I called it should have been Io Sky versus Bayley. But I'm not, because of the way they're telling the story. So, but nothing in my mind says that match won't be one of them ones with both of those ladies in it. So I will say this, for those of you that had just started watching like WrestleMania and like after 2000 or maybe even 2006, y'all probably really used to cards being stacked and matches galore. But when I look at this, I'm like, man, this really may not miss. Like this may not miss for 48 hours.
Yeah, like when you look at the whole and they might add more. Like that's the thing. They might add more. The Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Who takes the pin?
Oh, I'm still going Kevin Owens.
I can't see Randy Orton taking this pin. Like Randy Orton is gonna use his OG status. Like, I'm gonna RKO you, and then Logan Paul is going to grab me, throw me, or hit me with the not the nunchucks, the brass knuckles, and then he's gonna win this match, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, he pulled this out of his ass," and this, and he's gonna hold the belt probably till SummerSlam in Cleveland. So I can't see anything like that. I can't see anything differently happens. And with the LA Knight versus AJ Styles thing, I think this is AJ Styles' night to show that he could still have a match with anybody. But this LA Knight has to perform. He has no other choice here. He has to.
Yeah, he's officially on now. He's getting the heat check now. They send him out there to heat check everybody. Now here's your turn.
Yeah, man, we will see what happens. But this card is looking stacked. Now, this is the pause part of the show, y'all. Let's just get one big pause out the way.
Okay, for sure.
Because this is a pause-worthy moment of the show here, y'all. So, Big Bronson Reed went on Twitter and he asked for something.
Yeah.
He asked for something. So, he ain't got no match. Probably not going to get a match. But this was something that Big E had mentioned a while back. That it would be a meaty invitational. So all of the super heavyweights in the WWE can have this match. Now in January, Big E pitched this. He named Bronson Reed, Ivar, Omos, and the now current NXT North American champion Obafemi as potential wrestlers.
Okay.
So now you have Bronson Reed, who is not only throwing it out there, but he's using the hashtag MeatMania.
Meat Mania sound like something I probably said at the strip club one night after almost getting alcohol poisoning. That's crazy.
So, pause on all this again. I ask you, Kim, should there be a big, meaty, invitational battle royal at WrestleMania to replace the Andre the Giant battle royal?
Nope. Nope, sure shouldn't. It shouldn't. I see what y'all doing. Y'all trying to get coverage on It Is What It Is. I see what you're doing. But nah, man. Hey, look, man. Hey, look. Pauses are necessary. Look. Who was a more meaty man in his day than Andre the Giant, bro? Just go out there and win the damn statue, bro. Win the trophy and leave all this other shit about Meat Mania alone. Like, we're good, bro. And there's no way we're about to recap WrestleMania and say, oh man, Big Bronson Reed won that Meat Mania match. nah, we're not doing it. Like, you can get the far fuck out of here with that. No.
So, like, you're not down with all of the big, meaty men bumping me?
No. As you can see, I've never said the phrase. In the entire, since Biggie said it, I've never said it because I never want to see it.
So if there were to be a big meaty invitational, who would win the Battle Royal?
Listen, if Sarah J ain't showing up and Jada Fire and Alexis Texas and like Paige and Victoria, like
it got to be a black event, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the meat mania I'm trying to see involve divas, WWE superstars, OnlyFans girls, and adult entertainers from Vivid's catalog. That's the meat mania that I got on that.
So it's no, like, you can't get like Otis, Bronson Reed, Omos, Obafemi.
Yeah,
who else? And bring some folks from the past.
Hey, listen, they can do all of that. Hey, look, call Abdullah the Butcher if you want, but you better call it the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That's what you better call it. Like, that's the time I'm on. Shoot, hey, look, Meat Mania, you need to call Natalia's sister over here. And then yeah, I'll let me chill.
Yo, I'm just gonna say, when I saw this being a legit ask, I was like, yo, we wilding out here now. Like, I can't even hear like Michael Cole explaining this match over the weekend. Because like the weekend has like been the theme song for every WrestleMania for like the past 4 years. Damn. I can't see like I can see Pat McAfee saying this having a great time. But I can't. He gonna wild out. Yeah, he gonna wild out. Like, it's gonna be censored. But I can't hear Michael Cole over the weekend soundtrack saying, "You asked for it, and now you're gonna get it." Big E said we should have a big meat invitational, and now we have the meaty invitational. Any wrestler over 285 pounds is in this battle royal, and then they have a montage. Like, I can't see like them doing a montage and them like inviting wrestlers from the past. Now, being serious for a moment on the meat side, pause. Like, if you was going to do this, Andre the Giant should be involved. If you're going to do this, Vader should be involved. If you're going to do this, Elegante should be involved. Like, all of these wrestlers. But I also don't think I want to see every wrestler over 285 pounds be involved in this match. Because here's the thing, Kent, and this is probably the reason why, all right? The reason why I don't want to see a big, meaty invitational is because somebody going to get off on the top rope. And somebody gonna hurt themselves. Like, I don't want Otis to get up on the top rope, do this, and then jump and land on everybody else that's 285. Yeah. Because
breaking 7 collarbones on the way down. Like, nah.
Yeah, somebody's gonna get hurt. So, like, I don't want to see a big meat invitational, all right, or a meaty invitational, whatever it's called. Pause. I'm good on that. Like, just put everybody in that bitch. Have a battle royal, like you said. Call it the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. We don't need the meaty invitational. Yeah, we just need a nice battle royal. A nice.
Yeah. And look, go ahead, give Ricochet his spot, throw him out. On to his wife, you know what I mean? Like, do whatever, but like, nah. So.
But what if the final four is big men, and then they say, "Hey, media invitational"?
I'm turning it off. All right, hey, I'll come back when y'all stop playing. All right, but like, yeah, but when the tag match after this, you think? All right, well, I'll be back. Like, I'm not doing this.
Hey man, I love Biggie to death, but man,
yeah, man.
You went somewhere else with this big meaty men bumping me thing.
Yeah, man.
I don't think you intended to do this, but yeah, I don't think we need to see the big and tall battle royal, fam. I'm thinking
the sponsored by DXL. We got the DXL battle royal coming up tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
they changed the mat and shit, and it go from Prime to Destination XL or some shit. Yo, y'all,
use code WM40 to get 40% off of your dress shirts and slacks tonight.
Why the weekend is playing the like, come on, fam. All right, man. Look, let's get back to the Wrestlemania shit real quick. I'm just gonna throw out my guarantee right now. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna wait. Okay. I'm gonna wait till we get down to the bottom of this card here. Okay. Let's go to the Rock. All right. So Hollywood Rock is now back.
yeah, officially, right?
Officially Hollywood Rock is back. And something that I said before that I hope does not happen. Mm. And if it happens, I'm turning it. I turned it, y'all. Sing Along with the Rock happened. He had 2 other niggas with him. And he was singing about Cody Crybabies, Seth freaking Rollins. Now, to Rocky's credit, once Sing Along with the Rock was over, we was back. Mm-hmm. But answer this for me, Camp. Maybe it's just me. I'm 41 years old. I'll be 42 in May. Mm-hmm. Jackie Robinson year upon me, all that stuff. Yeah. I saw the guitar and I said, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Am I overthinking Sing Along with the Rock here?
No. You're not overthinking it. Again, man, see, this is, even though I realize The Rock is having a pretty good time out there, right? But he's getting a lot of TV time to do things that I've watched him do twice already. Mm-hmm. Like, The Rock is literally doing the same stuff that he's been doing since I've been in high school, since I've been in college, since I was in the strip clubs heavy, and now that I'm a father and soon to be newlywed again. And yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But see, this is why, although I don't consider him to be Mr. WrestleMania, this is where you got to give somebody like Shawn Michaels his proper credit. Because for everything good, bad, or indifferent you can say about Shawn Michaels, the one thing that you can guarantee that even when his hair was failing, his idea to create different stories for himself didn't. I don't necessarily think that Shawn Michaels has done the same story twice, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah. Because Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty didn't look anything like Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart didn't really look like Shawn Michaels versus Steve Austin. And then you got versus Jericho didn't look like versus Angle. We can go on and on. And unfortunately, and maybe it's just because, The Rock he is the guy that got scorching hot and then took the break. And he came back, got scorching hot again, and took the break. So maybe, just maybe, this is all because, well, hey, I haven't really had a chance to do anything else, but I know this works. But, I mean, just to be honest, The Rock has already blurred the lines of just himself as a superstar versus the wrestler. It's almost like, unfortunately, now we know without a shadow of a doubt it's a character. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's hurting it the most. I mean, obviously, Dwayne Johnson has played in hundreds of movies at this point. But you know, we've seen too much of his interaction with, like, for instance, like with Kevin Hart. We've seen him on SNL. We've seen him do so many things. It's like, oh, I'm literally just going to be the character The Rock today. And what does The Rock do? It looks like he's literally impersonating himself at this point. And that's why I don't think it's really hitting as hard as it's supposed to now that we're in week 4. Now, I'm not going to change my stance. I still think he talked himself in the 2 main event matches while talking his cousin out of one. I still think that happened. But at the same time, though, I think Dwayne Johnson is getting a kick out of impersonating The Rock this time around.
I didn't even think about it how you just said it. It's The Rock impersonating The Rock. But you damn right. It's The Rock impersonating The Rock. I've said this on this show a couple of times. I'd rather The Rock get hella personal being Dwayne Johnson. Like, he does not. The Rock don't have to do this.
Yeah.
The Rock is the person that literally just, as soon as you hear "Do You Smell," it's a pop. He ain't gotta come out in no Versace. He ain't gotta come. He could just come out in this Project Rock shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'm good on all of that. Like, he does not have to be nostalgic. And the perfect example of that to me is Stone Cold and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
That was Steve Austin who wrestled.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
He was just like, yo, I'm at my ranch. I'm chilling and you said my name. You said it enough to now I gotta whoop your ass.
Yeah.
So I gotta whoop your ass. And they headline night 1. The Rock does not have to do no character whatsoever to get over.
Yeah.
So to me, you're right. It is The Rock cosplaying The Rock because this ain't $7 Rock.
Yeah. Far away from $7.
This man is a billion. If anything, if you were to do this, I would rather The Rock go full-blown corporate Rock. I would rather him go full-blown, look, I'll fire all of y'all. Like, I will fire all of y'all. Yeah. Like, he don't, and I know, I don't know how true it is, but it reported allegedly is a lot of people in the back that's upset that The Rock get to say whatever he wants to say on TV, and they can't. Now, locker room, just let y'all in on a little secret. It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson, y'all. He's on the board of directors. Do whatever the fuck he wants. And literally that's all he needs to be. Yeah. He ain't gotta come out. He ain't gotta come out there with no Versace. Yeah. He ain't gotta come out there with the Bruno Mollies or whatever OJ Simpson wore that night. He ain't got no. He ain't gotta go. He gotta want none of that shit. I'm sorry. The Rock can literally come out there with a Project Rock sing suit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist that. I don't know why. I just could not resist that. Got him on. Oh, hey, my bad.
But no, man. The Rock can literally come out there in his workout gear and do what he's doing right now. Now, if we want to build this off of nostalgia, that's cool. But because of that, oh man, I think nostalgia is overshadowing the main event.
Yeah,
and maybe I'm wrong in this, but especially on the night where all you saw was The Rock. The Rock to me is overshadowing the main event of WrestleMania because we're only talking about The Rock or Roman's reaction to The Rock. Cody Rhodes smacks The Rock after The Rock smacks him. We're not talking about Roman.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the story at this point.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
hey, just like he said on Twitter, fuck your story. And sure enough, every week, the story is The Rock. And that's whoever in the locker room, that's what y'all need to be worried about. That's what you skip what he's saying. The fact is, you better be on the card talking. You better be on this WrestleMania card while you're talking. Because not only did they give him half a SmackDown now, he got himself in the main event where we've never seen the two champions wrestling both nights in a row ever on WrestleMania. So Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are officially occupying 2 slots for a weekend pay-per-view that's the biggest in the world of wrestling. That's what you need to be worried about. That's where your focus should be. Listen, just like the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and all them and Hangman Adam Page, the reason why The Rock can say what he wants is because he's actually drawing money when he talk like that. Y'all just want a cool moment in the stands. When The Rock say something, the revenue increases. Like, I've heard shut your bitch ass up for decades in my life. But the most famous one I ever heard was the one that he told to Austin Theory on SmackDown when he opened up the mic to say one word. So that's why The Rock does what he does. And you better hope he didn't take one of your slots. That's all I can say.
At this point, he about to take Roman Reigns' spot.
Oh, for sure.
Like, we don't, or at least I'll say me, I'm not worried about Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
It's almost to the point where if we get the Cointel Pro joint, we already know what the lid is.
Yeah. Sure, that's the only thing that's left to happen, to be honest. I'm trying to think about a time where the champ, the world champ, has mattered this little going into a WrestleMania. And off top, I mean, the only other time I guess would have to be when Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow actually headlined WrestleMania.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So,
man, it's rough times. It's rough times. Roman, I don't know. I mean, hey man, I don't know. But this doesn't look good as we're going into WrestleMania. If we were going into like Great American Bash or Vengeance or even Hell in a Cell, I'd be like, oh man, this ain't nothing. This is cool. But we're going into WrestleMania and this is happening to the champ. This is not good. Sorry.
Like, I mean, do I expect within the next couple of weeks you see more Roman and him being a bit more assertive? Possibly. But each promo that I've seen with them two has been led by The Rock.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns just be sitting in the back. He Tito Jackson right now. If we were to Jackson 5 this shit, The Rock is Michael Jackson. Roman Reigns is Tito.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes is Jermaine. And Seth is Jackie.
Hey, the Rock took all the Roman's 2022 talk to the next level. He was like, this is my ring. This is my show. This is my WWE. The Rock coming here like, hey, look, I'll fire you and get the title drop. Like, what was you talking about?
I'll take this shit, bitch. Like, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Now, let's switch it over to Seth Rollins, though.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to Billy Ray and Busted Open. Shouts out to Jonathan Hood and Busted Open, too. I told Jonathan Hood that he can't Thunderbolt Patterson us. And I know some of y'all would love for us to talk about Thunderbolt Patterson being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, but we can't do it. We cannot do it without Jonathan Hood
That's a fact.
being on the show, telling us about his thoughts on Thunderbolt Patterson being in the Hall of Fame. Because I can tell you right now, Jonathan Hood don't like this shit. And on a past episode, he briefly talked about Thunderbolt Patterson. Let's just say there's some heat there. But I told him, don't Thunderbolt Patterson us. If there's a way for us to get in on Busted Open, man, don't Thunderbolt Patterson us, man. Do better. All right, be better, do better. You know what I'm saying? Or be the good part of Thunderbolt Patterson when he let the niggas he liked in. You know what I'm saying? All you other jigaboos.
Yeah, hey, the jigaboos can't go nowhere.
You stay that way. All right, but speaking of Bully Ray, though, this is what he said about Seth Rollins and what he feels is going wrong for him during this whole WrestleMania season. Bully Ray says, once he gets away from that and starts talking that Seth freaking Rollins and he gets in your face and goes, screw you, we're tired of you, the match is on, the people are behind him. Last Friday was very telling to me about which version of Seth the fans want. They won't burn it down, Seth. They want the Shield version of Seth. Do you agree with Bully Ray's take on the Seth Rollins we see right now is not suited for WrestleMania 40?
I won't say that, but I do understand what he's saying. Because with all of this, with everything being said, I think if we really honed in and we really just analyze all four players in this, the real match we really want to see, but we don't know we want to see it quite yet, but we do really want to see this match, it's The Rock versus Seth Rollins. Like, that's the one out of all four of these guys, because we've seen Cody Seth, we've seen Seth Roman, and because he's the only guy that pinned him, that beat him since the reign. Thank you, Michael Cole, for not shouting out the first Black Champ podcast, but using one of our moments on the show. And Rock versus Roman, it was never going to go into it with any like animosity. It was going to be a literal family exhibition match, not even a family feud. Seth Rollins, in my view, out of these guys, is the only one that can talk with The Rock, and it's definitely around minute 7 or 8 is going to make The Rock look better in a match at 50 plus than everybody else. So I do get what Bully Ray is saying. And I'm just going to say that he's probably thinking, well, Seth is the real star in all of this. Seth is actually the best wrestler out of all four of them. Seth is the one that's going to have the greatest match with the three of them versus any other combination. So don't settle for being the dude riding out with Cody. Like, you the champ. Why you riding out with the dude that's trying to be the champ? So I totally get that piece. But at the same time, I just think that Seth is doing what's right for his title match. It's like, yo, all this shit y'all talking, yeah, that's cool and all, but I'm still the most active champ. I'm still the best champ. Honestly, y'all should be talking about me in this WrestleMania thing, whether I'm hurt or not. So I do understand where, like, he kind of playing this position, but he overplaying this position because he obviously thinks him versus Drew McIntyre is going to wipe the floor with Roman Cody too.
I think Bully Ray is 100% right.
Mm.
I think while folks don't mind going to,
Yeah.
Cody and The Rock talking that shit.
Yeah.
I don't care how emotional Cody gets, they talking that shit. Roman, when he does, he's talking that shit. And then Seth is, nah. I'm gonna say the same thing that I said about The Rock to Cody, and then take it to Cody to Seth, because Roman don't need it. I'm tired of seeing Cody cry. I am tired of seeing that shit. That shit gotta stop. He is this close for me calling him a bitch. Like, stop that crying shit.
He be crying for real too.
He be crying for. He tearing up and shit. Like, I want to hold the belt, the same belt that my dad didn't. I get it, fam. We fucking get it. But now you gotta grow some nuts, because even that slap you did to The Rock was a little hoish, fam. Like, stop.
Hey, did he men on film?
The Rock was like, that shit rubbed against The Rock's lips. He was just like,
oh no.
And The Rock was like, this nigga gay. Like, he slapped me across the Hey, it was like, come on, man. So you got that, but then Seth comes in and just, like, nah, fam. Get this look. It's WrestleMania season, y'all. Yeah. Ain't no time for the play. This is the last pay-per-view before the season premieres, I call it start. This is the end game right here. If y'all out here playing Adrian Adonis in moments you ain't need to be, I need to hear emotion, anger, and intensity in your promos. Yeah. I don't need no sappy, ambiguous shit. Nah, fam. I need you to let folks know why I'm gonna beat your ass. Yeah. That's it. And that's why I feel like we're forgetting about one key person in this whole goddamn thing. And that's Drew McIntyre. Bless you. Now, I've given Drew McIntyre a little bit of grief since he has turned heel. But now this version of Drew McIntyre is almost to the level of that Drew McIntyre where me and you loved when he went against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Like, that one that was just like, yo, I'm here to whoop y'all ass. Play the bagpipes.
Yeah.
And I think that more than The Rock, Drew McIntyre is overshadowing Seth Rollins with his promo work. That man basically told Seth Rollins the other day, you paying attention to the wrong shit.
Yeah.
You need to be paying attention to me. This is why you're not a worthy champion. You're worried about everything else but that belt that I'm going to take from you. And even the Twitter interaction, when he basically gave the CM Punk rant while CM Punk was in AEW, was amazing. And the fact that he called him a bitch and said you went into business for yourself when you kicked me when you were supposed to be down.
Yeah.
Bruh, I gotta give Drew McIntyre his respects.
Yeah.
But the guarantee is here. CM Punk gonna cost that man the title.
Yeah.
I don't think we watch a WrestleMania without CM Punk.
I'm with you on that.
And when that happens, we know he's going to be in Philadelphia. We know he's going to be backstage. And I believe that CM Punk is going to cost Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight Championship, thus making Seth Rollins the champ going into night 2.
Wow. At first I thought you were going to say Drew McIntyre was going to help Seth and Cody beat the Bloodline.
Oh, no.
I don't know why I was going there, but I kind of felt like that's what happened. But no, CM Punk, no way CM Punk is not going to be in Philly. In Philly? Nah, no way he's not going to be in Philly. I like that.
We'll see. But, Bully, I agree with you. We need Seth back. All right, man. It's Women's History Month. So before we get to any more
Hey, shout out to the
KMCs and all that,
ladies.
shouts out. This is for the ladies. Shouts out to the Young Bucks. This is for my ladies. It's Women's History Month, and I want to take the time to salute the women that is currently out here, not only wrestling, but out here in the world of the wrestling, entertainment, podcasting, and all of those things. Special shout out to Samantha Irvin because she's been stellar these last couple of. I don't know what she might have got a raise or something.
Yeah, she getting raises.
Man,
Right.
something, but things is just getting a lot clearer. But I wanted to go out here and for Women's History Month, who is a woman in radio? I mean radio, excuse me. I'm thinking about the job real quick. Who's a woman in wrestling that you loved growing up?
All right. I was gonna say when the radio, I was like, where we going? Because oh man. So growing up, let's talk 80s, 90s. Hey man, I love Missy Hyatt. I love Missy Hyatt. Yeah. No disrespect to Miss Elizabeth and Sensational Sherry is high. She's 1A. She's 1A too. Especially when I was like, yo, this lady is crazy. Like I just always thought she was super crazy. But man, shout out to Paulie Dangerously. You know what I'm saying? But again, that moment of Clash of the Champions where he hit my man from the Wonder Years in the back of the head with the phone.
Yeah.
And Missy Hyatt ran out in the business suit, top heavy, out the heels. I was like, oh man, who is this? And then they kind of had her doing her own like Miss Info kind of Angela Yee kind of thing in wrestling. But yeah, I mean, honestly, look, man, hey, listen, I grew up in a time where the women of wrestling were like either eye candy or they were afterthoughts. So with that being said, even from just a character perspective, one of the first characters, so I'm going to go 1 and 1A, that I actually remember, like women that have an actual lines, an actual story, and actually being a part of something in wrestling. It was Sensational Sherry. It was Missy Hyatt. So growing up, those two by default, but because I honestly think, I mean, Sensational Sherry did great work on several levels, and I think we sung her praises a couple weeks ago. But also Missy Hyatt, man. I mean, I think, I mean, for those of you that think all of the, wrestling sex symbol stuff started with Sunny, go to WCW. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
Man, I was thinking about this when I put this in the rundown. And I thought about Missy Hyatt. I thought about Sensational Sherry. And I think we talked about this on the show. How, especially in the WWF, if they paired you with Sherry, you automatically went over even if you didn't need to.
Yeah.
Like when the $1 Million Man lost Virgil, he got Sensational Sherry and she elevated that man. The Macho Man was elevated when he got with Sensational Sherry. Shawn Michaels. There's a reason why they put Sensational Sherry with Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Immediately. So she would definitely be on my list.
Mm-hmm.
But Alundra Blaze / Medusa.
Okay.
To me, first of all, Medusa was bad.
Yeah.
Medusa is one of the first white women I've ever had a crush on. And we had this conversation before we got the pod started about how we grew up fast.
Yeah.
I had no reason to watch Roadhouse the time that I watched it. Doc, the doctor, played by Kelly Lynch.
Yeah.
reminds me of Medusa.
I can see that now. Yeah.
And it was the hair, fam. First of all, when Medusa put that shit on. She put that shit on, fam. Dangerous Alliance Medusa, she
Yeah,
put that
fire.
shit on.
Yeah.
Fire. But then it was the hair too. The kind of messy, like, white woman in the 90s, just, went to the bar playing Guns N' Roses and shit. Bro, I love that.
Yeah.
But I didn't see AWA Medusa. I saw Dangerous Alliance Medusa. But when I saw her appear as Alundra Blaze, I was like, oh shit, Medusa in the WWF. And when she started bellying the back in women, I said, yo, Medusa out in this bitch cold as hell. Medusa is the first female wrestler that I automatically respected. Her matches with Bull Nakano, who's going into the WWE Hall of Fame, Bull Nakano, I was legit scared of. Not even gonna lie. I was legit scared of Bull Nakano because I was so in love with Alundra Blaze.
Wow. Okay.
And I was like, yo, they not about to beat her down, fam. This is Medusa, fam. This is Alundra Blaze. We ain't going. Like, even today, because she do the monster truck shit, I still be checking for Medusa, fam.
I like that. That's cool.
I still be checking for Medusa. But
she still is in top physical condition, it looks like.
Yes, but going back to the Dangerous Alliance, and we talk about this all the time, and you mentioned it in the group the other day, and I was laughing about which one of these wrestlers in the Dangerous Alliance don't match here. She matched more than Larry Sabisco, fam.
You're damn right. Easily. I'll put her beautiful Bobby Eaton out there any day over her, him, Larry Zabisco.
But Medusa, when I first saw her with the Dangerous Alliance, I was like, yo, this woman cold. Then when I saw her wrestle, I said, yo, this chick is amazing. Bull Nakano or Asia Kong is not about to beat up this woman. Don't do that. And she was out here belly in the back and everybody, even the biggest women in wrestling. And even when she came back to WCW and she dropped the belt in the garbage, I was like, yo, I love Alundra Blaze. I love Medusa. So shouts out to you for Women's History Month. Guarantees for you.
Man, I've been trying to search for a guarantee, man. It's kind of difficult because, shoot, in a lot of different ways, all my guarantees have happened. It's only one I'm waiting on. It's only one I'm waiting on, and I'm waiting for that young cash in. I will say this: I'm curious to see if Bianca Belair's heel turn starts with Bayley or Naomi. I'm not quite sure because Naomi expressed a compassion for Bayley, and Bianca Belair doing the classic black woman ain't got shit to do with that. It's going to resonate into a heel turn.
You caught that too.
Yeah. So, you
worried about the wrong shit. That's what you worried about.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for it. I don't have a guarantee around it. It's a guarantee watch. Because the one thing that is very prominent is that Bianca Belair does not have a match at WrestleMania yet. But it ain't because she cold, though. You know what I'm saying? And cold meaning that she's not hot in these streets as far as wrestling. She been shooting reality shows. She been making wishes. Like Bianca Belair is a superstar. So they got to throw her on here somehow. And right now, her and Naomi ain't got nothing to do. So, and two black women fighting in Philly, I mean, that kind of write itself.
Yeah, I can see them. Now, rumor has it that Asuka broke her ankle.
Oh.
Rumor has it that that's what happened on SmackDown. She broke her ankle.
Oh, okay.
We'll see how true that is, but they took off the road, and there's fears of a broken ankle. Damn. With that being said, Dakota Kai will take her place. Dakota Kai is healthy, so all of that. With that being said, yeah, here's my guarantee to add on to yours.
All right.
Bianca Belair and Naomi is going to get the tag team belts. They're going to hold it for a little bit. And the same thing that happened to Hardcore Holly is going to happen to Naomi. She's going to get slid out. And when Jade is ready, they're going to put Jade and Bianca together first. Okay. And then eventually the breakup would happen. And you're going to see Jade Cargill as the face and Bianca as the heel.
Interesting. And I see why they would do that, though, because they're trying to, obviously, Bianca and Jade, their look is over with the demo. But always good to see how much white people really like your new black star. So try to make her a face first. I get it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So before we get out of here, you still not down with the media invitational?
No, sir. No, sir. How your boy Ross say it? No, sir. Not me.
Not even a tip?
Whoa, yikes. Hey, Brandon had a question. He said, hey, you see what Teddy Long said about old Bolt?
Yes.
I didn't. I actually missed this.
Yes. I will send you the video. But Teddy Long don't like that nigga just like Jonathan Hood don't like that.
Hey, listen, I stand with Teddy. That's why we ain't covered dude ass, even though we don't speak ill of the deceased. But yeah, I saw the propaganda. Oh, rest in peace, him. All right. What Teddy say?
And Oli and Thunderbolt was best friends.
Hey, see, that's wild. See, the real DiBiase and Virgil.
Hey, man, Brando say, hey, Priest cashing in on Raw. I do believe still that the day after WrestleMania, excuse me. I do believe the day after WrestleMania, we're getting the Damian Priest cash in.
Okay. I'm officially saying that depending on where that tag match lands, because I got Judgment Day losing. Spoiler alert for my prediction.
Yeah, I don't give a damn who's in it. They're losing.
Yeah. I don't need to know the other teams. I just know that Judgment Day is not winning that match. And here's something. Because we don't know none of the teams, right? Well, at least I don't. Have they announced one team at all?
They didn't. They just went through the montage, but you could just think of every tag team in WWE is going to be involved, and then it's going to be a triple threat match on Raw and SmackDown to determine some shit like that. Yeah.
So dig it. Here's a guaranteed hope. I'll give you that one, even though I said the Bianca Naomi thing, whatever. I wouldn't be shocked if one of the other teams in that situation is JD and Dominic. They win the belts. Then they help Damian cash in while Rhea's still the champ. Judgment Day run every damn thing. Last run before that shit implodes. That's what I got. That's what I got.
The outsider switcheroo.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah.
That would be interesting because JD did lose in the gauntlet match. Shouts out to Dominic Mysterio for taking all them chops too.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, there's only one guy that would be without a title, and he just so happens to have never fought this current Intercontinental Champion. Just saying.
Hey, man. We will see about that.
Yeah.
But look, man, I mean, before we get out of here, favorite WrestleMania moments between 2011 to 2020. When was WrestleMania 17?
That was WrestleMania 17. I kind of feel like that was like
2001. Okay, so
yeah, I was gonna say like no later than
because today is the
03.
anniversary of that, and I also want to mention that too. I
Yeah,
think they said not the anniversary of WrestleMania 17. I think it's which one is the Rock Hogan?
yeah, that was no that was X8, wasn't it? 18.
X18, excuse me. So it's the anniversary of that. So I wanted to show love for that one right there because I do believe we have a potential to have a sort of moment like that
Okay.
when it comes to The Rock. Like the Rock is still just not really getting booed like he wants to. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
we're booing you because you want us to boo you,
Yeah.
but we having fun.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, man.
straight.
Like this is everything the Rock is doing is like the promo. Hey, the fans control this. You can cheer if you want to boo. Like, it's literally living out the "Let's go Cena sucks" thing. It's like, hey, I'm gonna give you all the show though. Like, you love to cheer me, you love to boo me, but you love that I'm here. You know what I mean? And that's just where we are again, man. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, man. I would have loved for the Rock to come out, hey, Dwayne Johnson, and the same music. He's like, yeah, hey. What's up? I can't you come out there with the blazer on and the slacks. We're talking like, yo, I just finished my pre-workout. What the fuck are you talking about, Cody? And then that'll be it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey, yo, this is lit.
That's
like,
it.
yo, CEO Rock. Like, you know what I'm saying? CEO Johnson, Mr. Dwayne, CEO Dwayne.
That's it. But talking about WrestleManias between 2011 and 2020, I think some things is obvious and stuff, but what would it be a WrestleMania match within that time frame, which is a big moment for you?
Yeah, got definitely agree with Brandon saying there. Kofi Mania for sure. You know what, man?
Niggas crying after that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to, just you can't really go against that. I won't lie. Even though I wasn't necessarily like cheering for it, the Daniel Bryan the Daniel Bryan gauntlet, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like that's up there. 27. I'm gonna have to look. Because there's something that's like right there I'm missing. And I feel
I'll say this. Just I mean, because that was the first. I won't say that was the first one I was thinking of, but that was the top one for me because that's the one that I really truly believe that the fans really called for that.
Yeah.
I think that was an important moment for wrestling. However, the Shawn might if we're going if we go a little bit before, you start seeing like the OGs starting to move away.
Yeah.
You start like you had the career match that happened in 2010. The Rock was kind of just disappearing, even though he came back like basically 3 years in a row because in 2011 he was a special referee or he hosted WrestleMania, something like that. Then he wrestled John Cena. Then he won the championship and wrestled John Cena. But the one I'm gonna go with is the one that really changed everything for everybody. And that's the pandemic WrestleMania.
Yeah.
How the hell were we going to pull off a WrestleMania during the pandemic? We still don't go back and look at that WrestleMania. That's the WrestleMania that Drew McIntyre wins the championship. And then the Big Show says, "Nah, I want my title shot now." Like, where the fuck you come at?
Right, like literally,
but it was a match that was just talked about the other day that I do plan on going back and watching. And that's the Firefly Funhouse with John Cena and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
And the Boneyard match with AJ Styles and The Undertaker.
Yes.
Both of those were incredible. And pulled off what turned out to be a bad situation for the world. But in both of those matches, they pulled off something that they never was able to do before. And because of the WrestleMania in the situation, people are not going to talk about it the way that they should. But that Firefly Funhouse with John Cena and Bray Wyatt and the Boneyard match are two amazing pieces of work that the WWE did, and we should talk about that more.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. I'm with you on that. Because I was just like, damn, what did we watch? It was the pandemic. And you're thinking about, how are they going to do this Firefly Funhouse thing now that it's not in Tampa in the stadium with 100,000 people? And yeah, man, I think perfect way for the Undertaker to go out, as well as the Cena Bray Wyatt thing to just culminate and be there. And as we were talking, I had to make sure I had the right one. A big moment for all the wrong reasons. And now I'm sure everybody regrets it. WrestleMania 30. Brock Lesnar ending the streak for The Undertaker. Old freak Lesnar. Oh, set up the gangbang. Vince Lesnar is out here. The 1 in 21-1. So, which I'm sure we will talk about less, to your point about us talking about the produced matches that we're talking about more as far as the pandemic WrestleMania.
Yeah, man. Well, look, it's a lot to talk about during that time, but make sure you go and check it out. Matter of fact, as we talking right now, we're now on WrestleMania 15. So I've made it up to WrestleMania 15, and what I do every year is watch all of the WrestleManias and all of that stuff. So yeah, gonna continue to do that, man, until we get to WrestleMania 40. But then also shouts out to Cleveland for getting SummerSlam. So definitely see like the Logan Paul and the Paul family there, and might see the Kelsey family there too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could do first of the month or something like that. As the like, where's Ray Cash?
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Pimping
Ray
My
Cash,
Own
the
Mind.
legend.
Yeah, maybe Pimping My Own Mind could be the WrestleMania theme song.
And have the Godfather come out. Hey, it's a lot of Cleveland hosts.
Hey, man, hey, he can host it. Matter of fact, yeah, we might as well just go ahead and put out the petition, man.
Yeah, for
Godfather
sure.
should host SummerSlam in Cleveland.
Yeah,
and
man.
Ray Cash, Pimping My Own Mind should be the theme song.
Hey, that'd be so hard. Hey, the Godfather come out with Ray Cash and that beat hit. Yo, I'm on a gasket.
Yeah, but we know it's gonna be like MGK doing the Cleveland song.
Yeah, just like he did. Wait, no, that was Miami when he did it. So yeah, now he can do like the Lace Up song, whatever that inspirational Lace Up song, and then he'll get cheered for it.
Yeah, do Mr. Ouija as the theme song, WWE. All right, man, close us out, G.
Oh man, hey, well, guys, thank you for tuning in this week, man. You are always greatly appreciated. Thank you for sticking by us, even though we missed last week on y'all, man. Obviously, Bang and I could do this show all by ourselves, but you contributing to the FBC community with your likes, comments, shares, questions, rumor and innuendo, and things that we should see, unlike Meat Mania, Greatly appreciated, man. And we never want you to stop contributing and keeping the conversation going amongst real wrestling fans, talking real wrestling things. All right. So the next time you want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. Pick, VP, DOC, and we are out. Fuck Johnny Wrestling.
Hey, but his wife out here wild, man.
Yeah. Like, so it's like footage wild or like.
No, she out here telling folks that, they talking about brothers' deaths and shit. She just turned heel.
Yo, yeah. I did see that for homegirl from my Alpha Academy.
Yeah, she need to leave her alone before I whoop her ass.
Yeah, I second that. Trying to steal Christian swag. It's not good. It's not good, Johnny.
Not good.
Did you just leave?
And for some reason, it made me leave the studio.
Yeah,